So hello everyone, we are going to talk about pizzas in Elasticsearch and particularly pizza emoji. So I'm Damien Alexandre. I'm French, so sorry for my English, it's not that good. And I do mostly PHP, Elasticsearch consulting, Symfony, and emoji. I work for Jolly Code. It's a consulting and development company. We do trainings and audits in Lausanne and Paris. So, what is an emoji? When we communicate with textual information, we need to convey emotion, and that's very hard when we write text. It's much easier when we talk because we can smile. So, we introduced in textual communication something called emoticons. Emoticons are just punctuation, and we can have a semicolon, a dash, and a parenthesis to make a sentence looking more happy than another. Emoticons are were born in maybe in 1862 in a speech from Abraham Lincoln, because in the speech there was something like that, but we are not sure it was not just a typo. So the real first usage was from Scott Fahlman in his company. He sent an email to everyone to suggest a joke marker in textual communication, and it was the smiling emoticon. Then we got more technical phones, we got colors, and we got a much bigger SMS consumption to communicate with very short text. So emoticons were heavily used. And in 1988, a Japanese operator introduced a new set of pictograms to communicate not only with punctuation, but with real image, um, looking a lot more sexy than just punctuation. Mm. So the network is not that good, but in the background you should have yeah, a list of the first pictograms introduced by the Japanese operators. It's the first emoji collection as we know it. It's now part of the permanent collection of the MoMA in New York, the Museum of Modern Art, because I think this is a piece of modern art. This is the born of the new way of communicate we use today. There is a lot of it normally. But back then it was chaos because each operator, each mobile phone operator got its own proprietary set encoded in a private range of Unicode. So it was 2 bytes and sent in any textual communication from your phone. And you could send, for example, a burger emoji, a burger pictogram, sorry, but your correspondent saw a fire pictogram because there was no standard between operators. And that's where Unicode saves the day. They took everything and they built standards around that. Unicode is a consortium made up of big companies like Apple, IBM, Microsoft, and Google. And so in 2010, it's quite young. The first version of the emoji standard was born. So all the Japanese pictograms were kept. They were introduced in the set. New ones were added. Pictograms from IBM phones or Microsoft basic phones were also translated to emoji. And we got a big list of 800 emojis to start. So it's basically really born in Japan. That's why we have a lot of Japanese emoji, Japanese culture emoji in the emoji keyboards on your phones, for example. So all the foods and all the cultural events from Japan have their own emoji, but that's not the case for other countries. That's the reason for it. adoption have been very quick. Even the iPhone did it 2 years before the standard on the iPhone only for the Japan market, and complete support was out in 2011. Today, Apple is a pioneer in the support, so every Apple device support emoji correctly. Android 2, Windows 10 supports emoji natively. Linux, you have to install a font, but from Ubuntu 18 it's okay. There is a website to know more about the support for it. Kana emoji, it's like Kana use for front-end developers. And common issues you can have is like only black and white emojis, or this kind of square I have in the title. This is called tofu because it's look like tofu from Japan. It's only sold in like a big square, and this means that the font on the computer doesn't have the proper image representation of this emoji. So in Unicode, an emoji is only a code point, like every other character. So when you type a letter, there is a code point for it. And when you type an emoji, there is also a code point for this emoji. So it's just text displayed as an image by your computer, your device, your mobile phone. And every vendor has its own image representation for emoji. For example, if I look at the pencil emoji on Apple, Google, and Twitter, the pencil is looking to the right, but on Facebook and on Windows, it's looking to the left. That's because there was no, in the standard, there was no direction for the pencil, so everyone can display it the way it wants. For the pencil, it's not that bad, but for the gun emoji, it was bad, because you can send the gun on one direction, and your correspondent got the gun looking the other way. It could change a lot the conversation. Display is very funny too. Each vendor has to design its own emojis display. So for example, Samsung doesn't know chocolate chip cookies. Last year there was also a bit of fun in the Silicon Valley about the Burgergate. Maybe you heard about it. Because Google doesn't know how to make a burger, they put the cheese on top of the bread and not on top of the burger. So there was a big events and big news about that on all the technical websites. And Samsung released the crossed finger emoji, but with 6 fingers. There is a lot of story about the design representation, and we could do a talk only about those mess. Anyway, so that's the basics of emoji, but there is more complexity to the standard. There is also composition. You can use a sequence of emoji to display another emoji. For example, the flag, a zero with joiner, which is an invisible character, and the rainbow will display on some device the rainbow flag from the LGBT community. That's not supported on all the phones and on all the operating systems, but you can do it. And there is also skin tones modifiers. So it's the same, you can have an emoji with human characteristics, like this one, and change the color of the skin. The default one is yellow.
Is it defined in the Unicode?
Yes, that's part of the standards. So that's called a Fitzpatrick modifier. That's the name of the Jude who made who chose the colors, and this is just another character you add after the emoji you wanted to use. There is also a variation selector to force the text representation or the image representation. We don't see it here because the computer is trying to display an image anyway. And there is more to come. in Unicode 11 out this year. They added red head emoji, bold emoji. You can have white hairs, and it's just modifiers. So you have for example, the woman emoji, which is just one character, and you can add modifier to it. So you can have a bold woman with skin tone, and you can have like this 6 modifiers for only one emoji. So on the design part, there is a lot of work because you have to support all the combination. Anyway, there is also flags. You can use the letters emoji to construct the ISO code of countries, and on the supporting device you will get the flag for the country. So if I use C and A on the emoji letters, I will have on some device the Canada flag. Emoji can express anything from foods to emotion to work. So there is no way out of emoji. The Tears of Joy emoji was Word of the Year 2015. There is an Emoji Day, World Emoji Day coming soon on the 17th of July. There was a movie last year, Emoji Movie, Express Yourself. I didn't see it. I don't recommend you check it. Anyway, it's supported everywhere. It's very easy to type, and you can help the Unicode Consortium by sponsoring some characters, and you can sponsor emoji. So we did. We sponsored the beers emoji.
There was actually an event inside Elastic when it was still a bit smaller. I think it was 2 years
Yes.
ago.
You sponsored the brackets.
Yeah, like every employee could sponsor an emoji and expense it. So you can see over the emojis, like I think 60% of the employees, all the employees of Elastic actually sponsored an emoji. For example, I sponsored a panda bear. Yeah.
So you have to deal with it. Users are going to type a pizza emoji in your search box. Have you tried to type an emoji on your applications? So that's why I tried. On GitHub, for example, you can only look for emoji in code. It's not supported in the repositories, in the commits, in the issues. It's just returning nothing. Maybe for the code they have a special tokenizer, I don't know. On Twitter it's working. You can look up for beers. And on Yelp you can find pizza in Lausanne just by using the pizza emoji. Yelp is one of the best implementation, and often they are the example to follow when you talk about emoji search. So how to search like them? There is a standard for that, of course. Unicode has a tier 51 technical recommendation for searching emoji. The basic is that you have to add the annotation for each emoji, like synonyms of the emoji in your index. That means that I have to tell you what is annotation. Annotation are part of CLDR. It's like all the data of Unicode. And it's just a description of what the emoji is looking, what is it. And so you just have to add this annotation as synonyms of the emoji, and that's it. You have a proper emoji search on your website. The CLDR annotation for emoji pizza are pizza, cheese and slice, pizza, fromage et tranche in French. So we just have to index the token pizza when there is a pizza emoji. That's it. That sounds like a job for synonyms and the synonyms token filter. So let's dive in Elasticsearch. That's what we are here for. And what we want is to have a document like with an emoji in it. We want the tokenizer to keep the emoji. So I have searching emoji pizza in Elasticsearch. And we want the token filter to add the annotation for the emoji inside the Lucene field. So my pizza here should be kept, and I should have pizza, cheese, and slice aided by the token filter. That's what we want. So my token filter will be very simple. It's only a synonym token filter with the mapping of pizza emoji to pizza emoji, cheese, pizza slice. That's not that simple. I will not do a talk about that. If I try with the Analyze API to analyze pizza with the standard analyzer, of course I get a pizza token. If I try the same analyzer with an emoji, I got nothing. There is no token for my pizza emoji. No token, no synonyms. So I will not be able to add my annotation. That's because the standard tokenizer is based on Unicode text segmentation version 17. It was out before even emoji, so it's too old and it's not considering emoji as text. So emoji are just excluded like punctuation, like any other extra character. So we could use the whitespace tokenizer. I think everyone know what is this. It's just separating your sentences at every whitespace. So the good part is that our emojis are going to be kept. The bad part is that this tokenizer is dumb. It will keep the punctuation, it will not lowercase, it will like just separate when there is a whitespace. So we can try it with the Analyze API, tokenizer whitespace, and text pineapple pizza, because I like pineapple pizza. Why not? And we have two tokens, the pineapple token and the pizza emoji exclamation mark token. We don't want this exclamation mark, of course, because this token will not be able to match my synonym because there is an extra character after the emoji. So we have to remove punctuation manually. For that, we are going to use another token filter, which is the pattern replace. Pattern replace allow you to use a regular expression to replace anything. And there is a keyword in Java, punct, so we can use this keyword to remove all the punctuation very easily. Then we have to remove also empty tokens, because if I have a token with only punctuation in it, the punctuation will be removed, but the token still exists in the token filter chain. So we have to remove it manually with the length token filter. Then we can also remove all the other modifiers we saw earlier, the Fitzpatrick modifier for the skin tone, the variation selector, and the zero width joiner for joining emoji. So we can remove everything at the same time. So the complete token filter is a bit more lengthy. And I'm removing in this example the joiner via a sharp filter. So at the beginning of the tokenization, because I want to have, I maybe not have all the combination in my synonym dictionary, so I want to index flag and rainbow separately, but we can talk about that later. So my final analyzer is looking like that. I have a tokenizer whitespace, and then I can just add my filters, lowercase, removing the punctuation, removing the empty tokens, and finally adding my annotation for emojis. And it works. I have my analyzer, and I can see that I have properly tokenized my pizza emoji. So in my index, now I will have slice, pizza, and cheese, and will be able to look for cheese and slice by searching only with an emoji. And that's it. I don't know if I have still time, but there is a lot of way we can improve that. So, of course, now we can search for pizza, the word, and pizza, the emoji. we just did one emoji. There is still 2,700 to go. Of course, we will not do that manually. There is everything on CLDR. CLDR publish the list of all the annotation in all the languages, like in 90 languages. So we just have to use that, and I maintain an easy-to-use list. So it's all broken up in lengthy XML on a SVN server. So just get the proper synonym file from my repository. It's a lot easier. And I support everything from the emoji to the combination to the flags. You have everything right and easy to use on Elasticsearch. It's looking like that. So it just all the emojis with all the annotations in all the languages. So if you are working in Spanish, you have the annotation in Spanish. So first part is finished, but we can do better than whitespace tokenizer. Maybe you know, but in Elasticsearch we have ICU. ICU is International Component for Unicode, and it's like a big library with a lot of tools to manipulate textual content and numbers and currencies, and supports all the languages from Unicode. And it's the proper tool to tokenize something that's not English. So there is a plugin in Elasticsearch, Analysis ICU, where you can install ICU inside Elasticsearch. And it's just using the Lucene ICU tokenizer. But there is still an issue. The Lucene ICU tokenizer still tags my emojis as not text, so there is no token coming out. And that's an issue because in ICU, just ICU, I mean, emojis are properly tokenized. So that's an issue from Lucene, I guess. Yes? It's just a big library with all the tools to tokenize and to parse and it's from Unicode. So it supports all the language of the world. You can tokenize hieroglyph with ICU tokenizer. So the ICU tokenizer is provided by the plugin, and it's just a much better tokenizer than all the tokenizer you have inside Elasticsearch by default. But when we use it with an emoji, the emoji doesn't get out because it's considered not text. So I took a bit of time to look at the code in ICU tokenizer. We can see that for every bit of text that have a status of 0, everything is dropped and the tokenizer go to the next phase, the next bit of text. And that's the rules to tokenize text in the ICU tokenizer. This is called RBBI, and it's a bit long. And that's all the rules to tell the tokenizer, okay, if you see some text and then a white space, you have to stop just before the white space, and this is letters, so this is the token. We can see that for numeric, there is obviously a type, it's the status 100, and for letters, there is the status 200. But for emojis, so the E is for emoji, there is no status, so the emoji will be completely ignored. That's why we don't get emoji from ICU tokenizer. But there is a functionality in the ICU tokenizer from Elasticsearch called rule files, where you can put your own RBBI file. So I can have my own rules with my own status for the tokenizer. This is tagged as experimental in the documentation. I'm not sure why. Maybe I will ask later. But yeah, you just have to put rule files in the config directory of Elasticsearch, and you have to prefix the rule file with a script. A script is like a type of written text, and you have to overwrite, of course, for all the scripts. There is a lot of them, because if the ICU tokenizer does not recognize your text as Latin, for example, it will fall back to the default RBBI rules without the emojis. So you can use it like that and specify all the scripts you may have inside your documents. This one is for undetermined scripts. My emoji.rbbi file is very simple. I just modified it to tag emojis with status 200, like any text, and that's it. But yeah, the big issue here is that we'll fall back on the default RBBI rules from the default ICU tokenizer for every script that's not configured. So yeah, that's a bit of an issue, but it's working like I want, and it's much better, much smarter than what we saw earlier with the white space tokenizer. I have no idea of what time it is, but if you want to, I can continue. There is a lot of improvement we can make. We can write our own plugin instead of using the rule files options of ICU tokenizer. So I wanted to look at how to build a plugin in Elasticsearch. I don't know if someone tried, but I wanted to have up-to-date ICU data because emojis are evolving very fast. For example, if I want to support redhead and bold, I have to get the latest ICU data. I wanted to be compatible with ICU tokenizer. I wanted to edit the rules of the RBBI, of course, for all the scripts, all the language. So I wanted to edit the defaults, and I wanted to ship the synonym file directly in the plugin. That way, it will be much easier to add a complete analyzer. So I tried to write an Elastic plugin. I'm no Java developer, so it was a bit hard for me. And the documentation tells you to look at the code of other plugins to start developing plugins. There is no best practice. There is no description on how to build, how to deploy. And since 5.0, you have to ship a plugin version every time Elasticsearch ship a version, and they ship a lot. So it's quite difficult to maintain a plugin. And I have a lot of issues every time telling me to build for a specific version. Please build. Then I discovered Gradle, and it was very great because Gradle ID will set up everything for you in IntelliJ. It was much better to code. A plugin is very simple. You just have a directory with your code, of course, and your dependencies. So my dependencies were ICU from Unicode and the Lucene Analyzer ICU, which is what is shipped in ICU plugin also. My code and a plugin descriptor, which is just a textual file with some stuff for Elasticsearch about the plugin itself. And my code is very simple, but it's quite a bit dirty. I just do a replace on the default rules from the default ICU tokenizer config from Lucene ICU tokenizer. Quick and dirty, but it works. But I need a bit help to go further with this plugin because I try to update ICU to the latest, and it breaks everything. I don't know how to ship the synonyms. I don't know how to automate the build. Anyway, so if you have time and you want to do a plugin, let's collaborate. About the plugin, so you just have a new tokenizer. It's called Emoji Tokenizer. And of course, it supports all the emojis with the latest ICU data. So it's better than the two solutions we saw earlier because it will support combination. For example, the character here is a rocket woman, and in fact it's a combination of woman, zero with joiner, and rocket. And on the Mac here and on the slide, it's displayed as a rocket woman. So I don't want to just index rocket and woman. I want to index also astronaut. And this is only possible if you keep the combination, because separately you will not have a synonym of astronaut for this one or this one. So by keeping the combination together, you will have a much more efficient search, because you will be able to search for astronauts with the special combined astronaut emoji. So this is the final results. For example, I have my flag here, which is also translated to France. Whoops. And thank you. We can do better still. This will be quick. What about the emoticons then? Users will still be typing some emoticons in textual content, but it's just punctuation. What we can do is just map those emoticons to their proper emoji representation via a sharp filter, and then everything will go straight to the synonyms we just did. So we just have to map every emoticons we know to the proper emoji if there is a correspondence existing, and there is a lot. So there is a file on my repository with this mapping, and it's just a new chart filter on top of my analyzer to replace every known emoticon to the emoji before analysis. And then I can just properly get that there is a smile in this sentence. Okay, so just to conclude, emoji are just text. The default analyzer in Elasticsearch will not help you to properly work with emojis. So you have to search with synonyms and the annotation from CLDR. And writing Elasticsearch plugin is hard. Thank you. This time this is finished. And if you have questions about anything, PHP or Elasticsearch or emoji, I'm here for that, so don't hesitate. Thank you.